Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, I've been ranting to someone about this and they said I should make a video. It's not really my style because I'm super heated right now and I'm kind of angry. But I'm taking their advice and I'm going to talk about a tweet that I just saw that made me decide I don't want to be on Twitter for the rest of the day. Well, on political Twitter. Okay, so I have to clarify that it isn't the tweet itself, because it could just be one delusional person. At the time of me speaking, it has over 2,000 likes. And you know, when people look at things on social media, there are lots of impressions and lots of people like it, but they don't actually engage and interact. So there are way more than 2,000 people who think this tweet was a good statement. And I've seen this person's Twitter before. I've seen people commenting on what she said, and I've mostly ignored it because it just seemed like really outrageous. But okay, this time it got me. Like, what the hell? I saw this tweet and it was like, how is this even a real tweet? And it was really funny because I saw it and I was like, what? And then it was like all these feelings started coming up afterwards. And it's just because, why are these people peddling this idea that the US is some horrible place? No, it's not. Okay, yeah, there are certain parts of the US that aren't nice, and there are certain parts that are dangerous. And yes, there are people who will be prejudiced against you, but it's way better than many other places out there in the world. That's why so many people come here. And the what is it? The beef, the meat, the what? The meat is in the pudding. What is the term? Oh my god. Whatever the term is, that people actually come. If a place is so awful, then why does everybody want to come here? And then if people live in fear, but there's still economic opportunity, then that's people making the decision to prioritize that economic opportunity. Oh, let me actually read the tweet. Someone named Desi-Rae, however you pronounce her name. I did look at her profile. She's an Indian American, first generation Indian American. You know, that's actually really important, because first generation means she wasn't actually living in India. That means that she's a child of people who emigrated from India. And this is something that happens commonly, where the person who comes from another country is their descendants that have a negative image of the country that they're in. So her tweet was, being a brown or black person in this country is terrifying. So many friends don't want to leave their homes, are scared to let their kids out of their sight, don't trust their colleagues, their neighbors, their friends, in quotations, friends. This level of fear will kill you, and that's the point. If this person wants to speak for themselves, that's okay. I've been living in the US for 8 years, I think almost 9 years now, and it's safer than I ever felt in Jamaica. There are certain places specifically, and I won't go into detail about that just to not offend people, but there are certain places in particular where I feel more safe than others, where I can walk the streets at night. That's something that I could never do. Never. Even in the nicest places in Jamaica, you still are going to take your car somewhere so that you know that you're safe. You're going to be transported. Okay, many things I did in the daytime, like I take public transportation, but I wouldn't do it at night. I wouldn't do that at night. So this tweet is ridiculous. Like, I did actually respond to it, and I got so heated because there are likes on it. There are likes. There are people who really think this. Oh my god. I said in my tweet, the level of ignorance in this tweet is astonishing, because it is. I had way more to worry about in Jamaica than here. There are places in the US where people do not lock their car doors. I will avoid the NYC subway at night, but it's still better than public transportation at night where I'm from. It's better I'm not shouting into the mic. Women were sometimes raped, taking taxis, so they had to warn people on the news. This is something that happened when I was younger. I don't know about recently. My family had our car stolen many times. 3 times. One time they put it on fire. I've said this in one of my other videos. One night, because of the ridiculous gun control laws that do not stop criminals, my father and I slept with knives in our hands because we could not tell what we were hearing at the door, and at that point could not afford private security. My older brother was held up at knife point as a teenager taking the bus. There are different social patterns that don't exist here, like how your friends won't drive away once they drop you off until you're inside, just to make sure that you're safe. This kind of person who would make this comment, I almost can't believe it's true, has no idea what they are talking about. It is only the actually privileged and living in comfort kind of person that makes these ridiculous statements. Exclamation point. The US has issues. Every country has issues. The thing with this tweet was she said, living here in this country. In this country. So she's comparing it to the rest of the world. This person lives in a delusional reality. Delusional. There is a reason why many people emigrate to first world countries. There's a reason for it. Not just black and brown people, like people all over the world. And it goes the other way too. People go to third world countries as well. So it's not just one way, but the majority of immigration is in the entire world is to the US. And that means that the US is offering something for people. If it were so bad, then people wouldn't come here. It's fine to criticize a place that you go to. It's fine to see the good and the bad in it. But that tweet and the people who think like that and the people who promote that, and okay, they may be extreme, but they're taking over the narrative around the country. So they're big enough to have an impact. And I'm not just reacting to just one person. You have no idea what you are talking about. You don't know. You are privileged and you live in comfort. And that's okay, but you need to learn that the world outside of the US has a lot of issues, and that's why people move. I think this is the angriest I've ever been in any of my videos. I don't even know if I'm going to post this. This is ridiculous that somebody thinks this and that there are people who like this. There's tons wrong with states. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of brutality. There's a lot of exploitation. But that's living in fair compared to other places. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't go into further detail about this. I think I've made my point. And I really hope I haven't clipped my audio too much by how much I'm shouting into the mic. And I am not calm about this. And I also don't mean to throw the place that I come from under the bus. There are many positive aspects of it, like anywhere else in the world. But I and many people don't live in fear. And who is this chick to speak for everybody else? Nobody can speak for other people like that. That's not how it works. We have an individual and subjective experience. And okay, we can share and we can find communion and find similarities with other people. But this is not the voice to raise up. It's not. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. My name is Desi-Rae. Welcome to Just Thinking Out Loud. I don't think I even said that. You know, life is hard for lots of people around the world. It's really hard and people struggle and they come here to have better opportunity for themselves. If they didn't want to be here, then they wouldn't come. Many of those people are black and brown people. And this woman has no right to speak for other people just because she shares, I don't know what. I am so sick and tired of the rhetoric in this country. I'm so sick and tired of it. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But it's not ridiculous enough to make me want to leave. You know why? Because there's opportunity here. Oh my God. Ridiculous people.